So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is a Mr. Media interview, broadcast and recorded live on blogtalkradio.com from the new Media and American League Baseball capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm a little worried about Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira this morning because it's 8:43 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and my guests are two of the producers of NBC's Today Show. Who will be whispering in Matt's ear when it's time to throw it to Al Roker? How will Meredith Vieira know to cut short the cooking demonstration and go to commercial? Ann Curry, I suspect she can manage her on her own, right? Marianne Zoellner and Alicia Ybarbo are Emmy Award-winning producers, but they're also co-authors of a new book, Today's Moms, Essentials for Surviving Baby's First Year. So while interns run the show, I'm sure they're going to tell us that survival starts with a 12-month renewable prescription for Valium. Marianne and Alicia, welcome to Mr. Media.
Welcome. Hi. How are you? Thanks for having us on.
We're so glad that you realize that producers are the backbone of the show. Thank you so much.
Nice to have you on the show, ladies. Welcome.
Thank you.
Am
it's
I
been
wrong
fun
about the
tweeting
Valium?
with you as well.
No, it was wine for us.
Wine.
It was wine, especially when you're trying to get your baby sleep trained at night, and you're dying because you don't want to go in there, and you want him to sleep through that 3:00 snack attack. So that's when a glass of wine helps a lot.
Oh, I'm so relieved you guys have a sense of humor. This could have gone either way, you know. So if not Valium, then wine. And what else would be in your first year baby survival kit?
Oh my gosh, we talk about a lot of things that you're going to need as far as survival basics, and I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't want to freak new moms out or any moms out there who are listening. But there is a mommy survival kit that is listed in pretty extensive detail, and it's something that we give away at baby showers all the time. It needs to be a homemade kit because there's nothing you can buy. You can't buy this on shelves, but it's just a collection of things that we've found most helpful for new moms right after childbirth,
including breast pads.
Yeah, and all sorts of
and some feminine hygiene products.
Yeah, and all sorts of things that are lotions and potions and all that good stuff to help you feel better.
Now, in a world of baby books, I mean, I think that the idea of imprinting the Today Show brand on one is absolutely brilliant. But
Thanks, it was my idea.
Okay, well, congratulations. It was a great idea. But here's the question. Won't you get some pushback from the authors who regularly come on to peddle their baby books?
Oh no! In fact, I'm producing another baby book next week. No, we're sharing the love. There's a lot to go around, and what makes Today's Mom so unique is we have all the talent from the Today Show. We have Matt and Meredith, Al and Ann. We have Natalie Morales and Amy Robach, Tiki Barber. They all share some amazing, funny, heartwarming stories about baby's first year. Not only that, but our contributors who are on the show every day, like Joy Bauer and Gail Saltz and Ruth Peters, who is from Clearwater. So yeah, shout out to Ruth. But it's all of them have shared their expertise in their world. So there's a lot of advice-driven information. It's anecdotal with all the fun stories. So, there's plenty to go around.
Well, Meredith I get, and Ruth certainly, and some of the other ladies, but what do Matt Lauer and Al Roker know about surviving baby's first year? I mean, really, if you don't tell them, they don't know, right?
No, it was hilarious. Matt had his first child at age 43, and Matt is very particular. Like, he likes all his books lined up a certain way and always likes neatness. He's a bit of a neat freak. And he said when baby came along, it just kind of knocked his socks off. And he tells this great story about taking his son Jack out in the car for the first time. He had to go 2 hours to the beach, and he said it was like carrying a ticking time bomb. He was just afraid it was going to go off in a minute. I think a lot of dads can relate to that.
And how did you guys collect the wisdom in your book? I mean, who vetted it, for example?
Oh, the great thing is we have so many, medical experts on our show and who work behind the scenes as well. And Dr. Nancy Snyderman, who, she's probably on today. She's on almost every day, talking about the latest in medical research and information. But Dr. Nancy contributed to the book. But Dr. Tanya Benenson, who is also here at NBC Universal, she kind of went through front to back the book to make sure that everything is, all the information is as accurate and up to date as possible from a medical standpoint. But, we also had, legal teams and all that kind of stuff checking through just to make sure that it does, it carry its weight.
Now that you've started this with the Today Show, I mean, are we going to see this throughout the NBC family? I mean, is Chris Matthews, producer, going to want to do, some kind of a hardball for dads or something?
Well, maybe. We hope that it encourages all our coworkers. The great thing for us is that we've had so much great support from our bosses, and we just think that this kind of opens up everybody to start thinking outside the box and come up with their own ideas. So we hope so.
And what do you think the best advice that you picked up for the book was?
I think it's just not to, take it so seriously. Kind of give yourself a break. Our colleague Rachel, she shares she was having a bad day parenting, and her mom gave her the best advice, which is, the best thing about motherhood is the fact that you get to do it over again the very next day. So maybe today, maybe it wasn't so great. Maybe there weren't plenty of vegetables on your kid's plate for dinner, but, tomorrow's another day, and you can't think of it as a day-to-day, but a week-long process.
Well, folks, you can order Today's Moms, Essentials for Surviving Baby's First Year at great bookstores everywhere, or online from Amazon.com or MrMedia.com, mrmedia.com. And you can learn more about the book and its co-authors at www.todaysmoms.tv, or follow them, as I did, on Twitter, www.twitter.com, right?
Yeah,
wow.
I love Twitter.
Today's Mom. And don't miss NBC's Today Show, where I'm sure that Marianne Zoellner and Alicia Ybarbo will return tomorrow to restore order. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Good morning.
Bye-bye. So for more interviews with TV news personalities, please surf over to our main website, www.mrmedia.com. That's where you can listen to my earlier conversations with people like Sam Champion, Renee Seiler, and many more. And please think about writing an online review of Mr. Media, casting a vote for Mr. Media, or marking Mr. Media as one of your favorites, whether you listen on Blog Talk Radio, MySpace, Facebook, High Five, Tag, Bebo, Orkut, Digital Journal, Podcast Pickle, Vox, Pointer Online, iGoogle, Yahoo, Folio, Mediafly, Podfeed.net, Blueberry, Zencast, or Odeo. Single breath, I got through the list. And subscribe to Mr. Media on iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Just search Mr. Media Interviews from within iTunes and subscribe for free. You can also listen with a piece of string and a tin can in many locations. If you've got an idea for a guest, email me directly at bob@andelman.com. That's ANDELMAN. You can also follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, www.twitter.com/Andelman. Thanks so much for joining us today. Always appreciate when you give up a piece of your day to spend it with Mr. Media.